everybody, welcome back to the channel. Good to be back here with you. I am Paulie. I'm still here on Mount Georgia. And it's actually a very windy day here on Mount Georgia. We've got gusts going about 45 miles an hour out there. So it's kind of crazy, but not super cold anymore. So hopefully that real cold weather is in the rearview mirror for this winter. I'm kind of done with it, kind of over it. So as the young kids say, I'm over it. So anyway, great to be back here with you. I haven't made a guitar video in a while, and I just want to say a quick thank you for everybody that tuned in and left some nice comments on my recent little piano videos. I'm not much of a piano player, obviously, but I do love to play, and every once in a while I get inspired to make a little tribute. There's been a lot of my heroes have been sort of passing away lately, so thought I would do that. Thought that might be kind of fun to do. But anyway, we're here today. I digress. We're here today to talk about Guild guitars again. And here we have another amazing Guild guitar. This one's an old one. I'm not 100% sure of the year. It was marketed to me as 1984, but in that area of the Guild history, the serial numbers are kind of hard to pinpoint. They just kind of give you a range, and it might be in there, it might not. It's kind of hard to say exactly, but definitely mid 80s, maybe 85, 86, because it looks like that's when they started building this model, which is a JF-30 BL, maybe BLD. Blonde, yeah, BLD, which stands for blonde, obviously. So, blondes have more fun. Well, that's not a very politically correct thing to say anymore, but, I'm an old guy, so I can get away with it. Cut me some slack, Jack. Anyway, this is one I picked up in a really cool local guitar shop, Brian's Guitars in Cheshire, Connecticut. It's a great shop, and I walked in the acoustic room. This thing was hanging up. I saw Guild, I saw Jumbo, and, strummed an E chord, and that was that. So it had to come home with me. This is a model I, had never seen before, and it's quick on the specs. Spruce top, I don't know what kind of spruce it is, because you don't get the kind of detail specifications from that era of Guild. They just kind of use whatever they had. It might be Engelmann. I don't think that it's Addy. It doesn't have the grain. It's probably Sitka. Can't really say for sure. Rosewood fretboard, which looks like it could possibly be Brazilian rosewood. It's a very light color. And again, they didn't really, keep superb records. They just worked with whatever they had, But Rosewood bridge, everything's bone pins, bone nut, bone saddle, all that good stuff. Grover tuners. It's not a super, this is not like one of the super high-end pointed guitars, not a lot of marquetry on it. Simple dot inlays. It does have the nice Chesterfield logo in an old, aged out mother of pearl, as well as the Guild logo. But otherwise, not like when you get into the 50s level, the J50, J55, that's when you get, the shark tooth inlays and all that nice stuff. Like that's on my D55. But you know what? That doesn't make this guitar sound better. What makes this sound great is superb craftsmanship. It's beautiful maple back and sides. And it's an arch back, if you can see. I'll try to do this slowly here. Pick up a little bit of that arch. So what that means is no bracing on the back, no back bracing. And it just really adds a lot of projection to the guitar. So, these are really, these are great jumbos. And here's the thing, so this being, in the 80s, I guess technically this counts as a vintage guitar. I mean, it's close to 40 years old, if not 40 years old. So I guess it kind of qualifies. And it's in remarkable condition. Even the lacquer has only just started to check on it. So not a lot of lacquer checking. The action is absolutely perfect, and the saddle is still very tall. So it's got years and years and years of neck adjustments ahead. No neck resets in the near future of this guitar, which is great. So what I love about Guilds, again, aside from the just, other guitars just don't sound like Guilds. They just have their own thing. But they're a great value because, a Gibson of this quality is going to cost you many thousands of dollars. And you can find these mid-80s Guilds, if you shop around, for way less than $2,000, and to me, this thing sounds as good as some of my J200s easily. Maybe not my best J200s, but definitely some of them. In fact, I'm definitely going to do a shootout with this one sometime up against probably my Gibson J100, which from a build perspective is essentially identical, aside from the back bracing situation and the arch back. So, if you want a jumbo guitar, an American-made jumbo guitar, this is from the Westerly, Rhode Island era of Guild. So, the quick history there is they started off in Hoboken, New Jersey. Some folks that had left Epiphone in the late 50s. They started Guild, and then pretty quickly thereafter, they moved up to Westerly, Rhode Island. They remained there until around the turn of the millennium, around 2000 or so. Fender bought them. They moved them out to Corona, California. They had a run there. Then they wound up in Tacoma, Washington for a while. And then New Hartford, Connecticut, which was a really good run, a really good era of Guild. And now they're back out in California doing their thing again, and the quality is really supreme. But this is the kind of the most sought after era, which is the Westerly, Rhode Island. Guild was, I think, the only acoustic brand that really didn't suffer all that much quality-wise in the 70s and 80s. Some Gibsons, they're in that Norland era. Their Gibson acoustics some of them were pretty bad. And Martin, they had some, not so great quality in those days too. I mean, not bad, but, not their best, let's put it that way. But Guild held their own through all that during the Westerly period. So don't shy. If you see one in the 70s that you're interested in, don't shy away from it the way I would shy away from a Gibson acoustic. I'll probably never buy another Gibson acoustic that was made from between 1970 and the 80s, anytime in the 80s, just not happening for me. Not until they moved to Bozeman, Montana. That's when everything got, the ship got turned around and, the course got corrected there. So, but anyway, these Guilds are an amazing value for that price range. You can pick these up for a fraction of what you're going to spend on a really high-end Gibson or a Taylor, or Martin doesn't make a lot of jumbos, but if you want a jumbo at a great value, like a vintage kind of guitar, this is probably your best bet in my opinion. Maple neck, by the way, flamey 3-piece with a little walnut strip going down the middle. Grover tuners. I'll tell you what might look good on this guitar would be gold Grover tuners. That would be the only thing I would probably change about this. Would be I think it would dress it up just a little bit, and I might do that because it's well worth it. This is a beauty that's going to stay with me for a while. And anyway, just wanted to show this one to you, and thanks so much for tuning in. And if you like this one, stick around because I got another one of these in a 12 string that I'm going to do a review on that's unbelievable. And I just got this one, and I didn't want to make too long of a video and put both guitars in it, but stick around for that one because it's going to blow your mind. So thanks again for tuning in. I'll play you out with a little bit more of this one, and I just love the tone of this. So yeah, check out Guild, and definitely your collection, if you have a collection, should have a Guild in it of some kind. So see you soon. Take it easy.